Okay. These next three Squarespacers have become celebrities, not from the subway, but they were celebrities in our community. These two Squarespacers, thanks to the innovative work they do from the platform and also because of their natural charm. Please help me welcome Senior Product Manager Guillermo Suarez and Senior Staff Product Designer Peter Rodriguez to do a bit of a deep dive into Squarespace for Pros. Thanks so much.
Hi, Circle. Hello. Pete, I guess we have to scrap our whole beatboxing segment. That's so yeah. Hi, everyone. We are so excited to be here. Thank you for, everything. I'm Guillermo, one of the PMs on the websites group. I'm joined here by Pete, one of the product designers on the websites group.
That's right. Thank you all for coming. Easy audience. So a bit about our team, websites. We believe great design is our differentiator. Now, great design is not just like beautiful. That means accessibility. That means performance. But for the purposes of today, we believe great design should also be fun. So we have some really exciting features we've been working on these past few months that we want to give you all an early look at. Does that sound good? All right. Love a call and response. But first, a disclosure from my lawyer.
Yeah, I really want to emphasize the word early. A lot of these features are in progress. There's UI that's not finished. There's things that are unstable. Some have said maybe it's reckless to show so much of this stuff in a live demo in the real product. But P and I, it's Circle Day. We wanted to have fun, make it inspiring, and just show you as much of the new stuff as we could.
That's right. There is, admittedly, a non-0% chance we will crash Chrome during this demo. And I give you all full permission to laugh, to jeer, to heckle. Think of it like a rowdy demo, trying something different today. All right, Guillermo. Recenter. The big question, what makes a great website? Asking for a friend.
Interesting choice to ask the one product person in a room full of web designers. But us humble non-designers at Squarespace do think about this a lot, obviously, in the industry that we're in. And for Squarespace, as we think about web design in 2026 and beyond, it's really about motion and emotion. It's about breaking convention. It's about that element of surprise. It's about going beyond content and really creating an experience, right? And as we thought about what tools to build, we wanted to create that experience and give you the tools to build those websites, to elevate your client storytelling, and to win your next web design award.
Love
so
an
Pete,
award. Yeah.
you want to show them some of the stuff I'm talking about?
Yes. What better place to start than with, drum roll please.
Oh, where's Sung Beats?
You guys are so nice. I'm going to run that back real quick. What better way than to start with animations? That's right, folks. Out the box, no plugins, no custom code. So when I think about animations, I think of them on like two lanes. There's site animations that are a means of providing guidance and clarity and wayfinding for your users. On the other lane, I think of animations as like the cool stuff. It's a vehicle for your brand personality. So I see opportunities with this lovely staged hero section for both of those things, actually. Shout out to whoever designed this screen. Cool. So let's start with the former. Just kind of like, I want to train the user's eye as to where to start with this design and where to end. And we believe animations can do that. So just to run that one more time, I want the eye to start on Circle Day and end, of course, at the call to action on the bottom right. And I've done that with a particular animation type called Appear. Now, there's a layers panel, by the way. It's
Woo!
a functional layers panel, I should add. Now, Oh, also, the text block has a block editor. There's a lot of things happening here. I'm here for the animations, but there's some really cool things that make that possible. Just to call out, text block does have a dedicated block editor. You can set background, as you can already today, blend modes. But we've also exposed a suite of CSS transform properties, opacity, rotate, scaling, offset, skew, etc. Those kind of operate as like your base or rest state for your block. But the elephant in the room is this interesting animations tab on the block editor. And you can see I already staged an animation for this text block. It's a offset on appear. Appear is a trigger type. We have a ton of interesting triggers that you all soon have access to with these blocks. So as I had mentioned, appear is the very nature of a block surfacing on the viewport or the screen that is appear. You can also trigger block animations on a mouse hover, on a press or a tap, loop, which is kind of like plays on its own. We mentioned appear, scroll, does what you think, and one of my personal favorites, follow. You can have animations that are triggered by your mouse cursor on the screen. Again, for the purposes of just training the eye as to what the user sees first and last, let's focus on this appear trigger. So what I did here, actually not that crazy. So we had the rest state, that was how it presented on Fluid Engine. But what I wanted to do before the page loads is go completely invisible. So it's 0% opacity, and I have it coming in from the left and over to the right. That's the offset X. So when those two things happen in concert, when this block appears, it triggers that animation from left to right. Now, I've done the same, but in the inverse with the other text block here, day. And what I want to do is with these bits of metadata on the bottom, do that very same appear animation, but I want it to come in secondary to the headline. So I'm going to navigate to the timing and just set it to a slight delay, just half a second later, so the eye can rest on circle day and eventually end up on the bottom right with our calls to action. So again, to play that all in concert, Command-Shift-P, everyone's favorite new keyboard shortcut. Yes, there is a preview mode.
So nice.
You can see all that come together. All right, so the beautiful elephant in the room is this lovely yellow graphic, this little logo, this bug here. It's doing a couple things. It is, well, first of all, it's on a rotate, right? The square is just set to 45 degrees to create this diamond shape. But what is more interesting, I think, is that we have it set to a few things. We do have it appear, as the other blocks do. That's scaling from 0 to 100. It's also rotating, as so like spring. Speaking of spring, you can do easing, so there's a spring set to this as well. But after it loads out, it loops. And all that really is, it's actually quite easy to set up. I just have rotation cranked up to 360, and I'm just going to have that run in perpetuity. I have it set to a linear ease, so it just kind of like seamlessly keeps rotating. And it'll just keep playing as long as it's there. What I also have it set to, you might have noticed on the preview mode, is that it follows my cursor too. So a lot of really interesting stuff all happening together, as you can see there. Again, night and day, no? Sick. So I think this is all playing all together rather well. I have loop on the mind still, so I'm going to open up my layers panel one more time because I had set up this little notice in the bottom, some directional copy for my user to scroll down for more. I also put a glyph there, that bottom arrow. But I think it could be a bit more telegraphic with animations. So I'm going to set it to a loop instead of just rotating in 360 as that square does. This time I want it to just go up and down. I want it to bounce in perpetuity on a loop. So I have it doing that. You can see I set slightly 21% offset Y down. I'm also going to, for a little razzle-dazzle, have it scaled down just a little bit too. So it's going up, it's going down, it's getting bigger, it's getting smaller, and that'll just continue to happen. And it makes that subtle call to action just a bit more on the nose. So it's a nice little touch of animations, right? We got the really macro things, the micro things. You can clap, it's totally fine. Yeah. Sick. So let me just close out the layers panel. And I want to play that one more time for y'all. Because one last thing I did here, I gave it this really cool little hover effect for these bits of metadata and CTAs below. And yes, I could have used a button block, but I wanted to impress y'all. So what's actually happening here is I have 3 shape blocks, all set to 0% opacity as its rest or default state. And I applied a hover trigger such that when, as you hover, it'll activate, right? And I also set a blend, which is why I kind of have this cool little knockout effect when you superimpose it over the text block, as you're seeing here. So really nice stuff. And there's also a slight skew. I couldn't help myself. But in concert, altogether, out the box,
amazing.
Not too bad.
Amazing,
What do you think?
Give it that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Something we hear about all the time is just how it's really difficult to create a very visually striking website when you don't have a lot of content, or maybe you don't even have professional imagery yet, you're just getting off the ground. And to be able to do this with just some really, really basic shapes, it's just so powerful.
That's right. There are no image or video, so we didn't need legal approval to use these text and shapes. Another small win.
Yeah, speed to market.
That's right. All right, shall we show them some more sections?
Oh, yeah,
animations?
please.
Yeah, cool. All right, so we're gonna make our way down from this lovely hero to our About section. Now, one of my favorite things about the new animation system is that it plays really nicely with existing Squarespace features, including pin. So what you're gonna see here is our text block pinning to the top of my viewport. And I have 3 image blocks all the way down the bottom of this section. They're also gonna pin when they reach the top. But you'll notice now with animations, it's doing a little something else too. If they're growing, they're rotating, they're easing in. And that's exactly what that is. That is a scroll trigger. I'm gonna keep talking. It's a scroll trigger that's triggering. These are already set like to a slight rotation, just like out the box. But once I scroll, they're gonna continue rotating and grow as well. And with the pin, you'll see how they rest and kind of stack on top of each other like they're on top of a table. Really nice. And just as I set a hover animation, or sorry, a scroll animation for them to come in, I also set one for them on exit too. I think that's like a nice little secret there, like not just animating them coming in, but also going away. I think it really adds that nice finishing touch. All right, one more. This is a personal favorite of mine. I'm gonna make my way to the 3rd section of this page. It's a video section, right? A little recap. It's a little meta here, CD25. I was thinking of putting a photo of myself in this thing as like a thing. What happened here? We have this blue spotlight. It's a shape block set to a follow trigger. But you may have noticed the section above it has a blue background. And the section below it, that video background, video section had a black background. But what I did was make a big old blue shape block, hug the bottom of that top section. I have scroll here, I have it shrink down to the center of the viewport, and with follow become the spotlight for this video section too. A nice little lovely transition effect from this section above to the section below. And just as it comes in that way, I have it bleeding into the next section as well. Yeah. I liked it. All right. All right. So that is a bit of animation. There is so much more, but I want to make some space for something that is equally as important. Good responsiveness. So, Guillermo, wake up.
Yes, I've read a couple comments in the forum about responsiveness, I think.
right.
So this crowd might. You guys want to talk about responsiveness?
Yeah?
All right,
Yeah?
let's do it. You want
Give me
to
that. Yeah.
play?
Look it over.
All right, let's do it. I'm gonna get out of Pete's beautiful website into so I don't mess anything up. I love these eyes are so fun.
Oh, they're dilating.
They're so cute. All right, I'm gonna go to this side. So let's talk about responsiveness, right? We know that a website can't just be beautiful on your computer, right? It has to be beautiful on everybody's device. It has to be dynamic. It has to be responsive. That's why we built Fluid Engine on a responsive grid that keeps things relatively spaced and separate and avoids a lot of the issues with the absolute canvas. But we know the pros want a lot more control of how elements are positioned and how layouts are controlled. And we know that mobile optimization isn't just a nice to have, right? It's a must when building a website. So I'm gonna walk you through some of these features. The first one is stacks. if you've used CSS Flexbox, you'll hit the ground running with stacks. If you haven't, the best way I like to think about stacks is that it's like sending your blocks to therapy. What do I mean by that? I think stacks gives blocks the tools to build healthy relationships with each other, establish boundaries, assert themselves. So let's look at these blocks. You've met blocks like these before. I know you have. They have such a hot and cold relationship. 1 minute, they're all in each other's space. They feel too crammed. Then they break up, and it just feels weird, right? Those are the only options. These two are meant to be together. They need stacks. They need therapy.
I hate when the text wraps into 2 lines with my buttons.
Exactly, yes. And one of them does it before the other one. Let's fix that. Let's get these two in a stack session. Boom. Now, you can set a custom gap. Yeah, see? And now these 2 buttons, they retain their spacing.
That's right.
Wow, such healthy communication. So, stacks, it's not just about 2 blocks. You can nest them. You can really go really advanced with them. I could stack this stack inside another stack and then control that spacing. I've actually asked Pete to sort of clean up this section in the section below, and he's put it into 3 stacks, 1 top-level stack that's centered with this other right column stack. It's got so a lot of control, and you'll see that the responsiveness here will feel a lot different from the section above as I get smaller.
Get smaller. Keep going. Keep going.
Wow.
Guillermo, I mean it.
Thank you, Pete. All right, let's talk about one more block. We all know the accordion block loves to bring everybody down with it. Look at how that image stretches. We can fix this with stacks. Let's send them to therapy. Blocks inside a stack have sizing controls, right? So I can set fixed height and width for this image. I can set a fill width for this accordion. And now when I open the accordion, the image stays, right? This image is saying, leave me out of your lorem ipsum drama. I'm not here for it. And because I set that width to fill, as I squish the browser, you can see the image actually stays, and you're choosing, I chose for the accordion to squish. And I could also do the reverse. I could choose for the image to squish and the accordion to stay. You really just have a lot more control of how things behave and respond to sizes in the browser, which is amazing. But with all these social skills that we're giving these blocks as they're working together, it's not just about responsiveness. It's actually a great workflow and expressibility tool. So I really like using stacks for cards, right? Because I can actually apply a background to this.
You're going to start designing now? All right, hold on.
You want to make
let's
it black?
Let's do black. That's all right. Leave it for now.
All right.
Don't do a stroke. 6 pixel radii, please.
All right. 6? Okay.
That might be a little subtle. Let's crank it up to 11. Is that okay?
All right. Yeah, sure.
All right. And maybe medium padding. Let's see. That's good enough.
Yeah, this is nice. Yeah.
I'll fix it in post. It's good enough for now.
So look, now I have this card that I can use. I could also apply some of the animations and transforms that Pete has shown off.
Save that for me, though.
I could resize it. I think I like it like this so I can see the nice little message. So yeah, that's the intro to Stack. There's so much we can do. There's still so many things we're exploring, more controls, more flex properties. This is just the beginning for
Well, you're not done yet, right? You're not going to end this responsiveness portion and not talk about mobile view?
We should talk about mobile.
Give the people what they
want.
want.
Let's do it. Yes, I did say that mobile is important. I should not, just jump through it.
I got you guys, don't worry.
So, with Fluid Engine, we took one big step in mobile customization, allowing you to resize and position elements on the grid independently from desktop. This year, we wanted to push that even further with 2 features that I'm going to show you, hiding blocks and mobile overrides. And I'll show you this with this very simple section that's just feeling a little crowded on mobile, right? I like it on desktop. There's a ton of real estate here. But when I go to mobile, it's just feeling like a lot. So with these features, I have 2 options, right? One, I could hide some of these blocks on mobile, right? So I could choose to actually just fully hide one of these packages. And on desktop, still show both. I don't really like that in this case, right? I want people to see both the packages and have the options. So instead, for this section, I'm going to use mobile overrides. So I'm going to go into a block, and I'm going to hide the description for both of them. I show them in a different order, but I'm catching that I kind of want to center align these. I can hear Pete is still designing.
You're doing all right. You're doing great.
So now I can really tighten up this section, make it much easier to scroll and to scan. And when I go to desktop, today, if you went to desktop, you'd be like, what am I going to get? Maybe maybe I've changed something. But here,
Boom.
desktop
Untouched.
completely stays the same, right? So we want to build, yeah. So that's what we're working on. We're building on the ability for you to go into mobile, make decisions specific to that breakpoint, and not have to worry about desktop, and not have to worry that a change in one place might affect a different place. And that's a taste of what we're doing with responsiveness and some of the features that we're starting to bring up. But I feel like, obviously this is not the best design. I'm curious, Pete, if you've been using Stacks at all.
I have. Yeah, this is a taste, but let's give you guys a meal, huh? Come on.
All right, cool. So Guillermo will give you a 101 on how to set up a stack and some of the great use cases for that new feature. Stacks cumulatively do really cool things. You can make grid walls of cards with stacks, as you can see here. You'll notice, too, that we can use animations on nested blocks within stacks. You can see it's also following, which is really nice. We also can add animations to multiple stacks at a time, so you can see it kind of growing in as I scroll. If you get client feedback last minute, you can also leave them on red. Hold on. There we go. You can, they want make connections to be the third slot. Very easy to resort with stacks as well. Stacks are great in the horizontal orientation as well. You can see here these nice little card lockups. You can add a pin to your stacks as well. See that? Got to catch them all. Very good. Stacks make for really good hero lockups as well. You can see a nested animation on that arrow glyph on the right. Cool little animation effect on hover. Shout out to IKEA, I guess. Stacks make for great tables, too. You can see that down here. Nice little hover effect as well. Here's a clock. There's no stacks here. I just thought a clock was cool.
Is that just shapes?
That's just shape lock on animation on loop, rotation on loop, yeah. Because you can also control anchor points with the animations as well. So actually the anchor point for that shape is the bottom, and that's what's causing the rotation. Cool. Some more cute little rows for the tables, a button that gets super wide, and a flashy footer. Because why not? Come on. I don't know if you should do this with your CTAs, but it's just us designers, right? What do y'all think? It was pretty decent, no? Come on. Thank you.
And just to clarify, any custom code on this website?
Zero custom code. I've gone this far in my career without having to learn a single programming language. I don't intend to. This is all out the box for Squarespace.
Amazing.
Yeah. I'm just going to play from top to bottom because it just feels really nice. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. Bam. Wake up. Cute little grid wall. Nice little stacking cards. Cool table of contents. One more time, the clock, guys. Take your cameras out if you like it. And then the really dope footer. But we got one more thing. You guys want to see one more site? We got one more site? Cool. All right.
Wait, what else you got?
I didn't
There's
show
one more?
Guillermo this one yet. I call this one Revel. Why don't you? I want you to run through
Okay.
it. All right. All right, I'm gonna pop quiz you. I want you to hit refresh and tell me what you think is happening as you run through this page.
Are you sure you don't want to do the beatboxing bit?
Bro,
All right.
I left my hat
We'll
at
do
home.
this. It's fine. It's
All
fine.
right. So check that out.
Woo!
So that's a little bit of like a scale on those text blocks with a delay to sequence them from
These
left to right.
buttons. Oh,
Those are button blocks in a stack, horizontal orientation, and they kind of populate like that. Really cute. Really
the
cute.
image is like floating.
Yeah, it's running on a loop as well. It's scaling, it's floating in space. Some image blocks.
Woo!
Give a little parallax effect. It's still trendy. Yep, these pop up on
You're
scroll.
still not using code?
How many times am I going to tell you, Guillermo?
I'm going to open the CSS. We just got to look.
This is really cute. So this is a stack. It's actually a stack that looks like a Polaroid like motif, and they're just kind of like stacking on top of each other with the z-axis on scroll. Again, 0 to 100 opacity.
I'm just going to stay here for a while. You can keep talking.
Let's keep it moving. This is. I think you're gonna like this one. This is pretty decent, no?
Whoa.
Yeah. I like
Does that
that.
mean there's one photo, a couple shapes? Like, I assume these are shapes.
That they are just
Yeah.
shapes.
Oh my God.
You could shoot a movie on this thing. This is just crazy.
Whoa.
Oh, okay. This is like the piece de resistance. Check this one out. Dang. These are like mega stacks that are like kind of like popping up on hover. Works well with product block too.
Ooh.
This was just me getting aggressive with stacks. There's like 50 stacks in here, and it responds really well. Don't test it now, though.
I believe you.
And this is the piece de resistance. I was still working on this towards the last half of the day. But the idea is like there's like 100 image blocks, all like set to 0% opacity. But with hover, you can have them just kind of pop up like that for like the craziest footer ever. So you guys see the vision, right? Like, it's not 100% there, but you guys get it. My goodness. What do you guys think?
Wow. Pete, this is incredible.
I'm tired. As you guys can imagine, like, we're just scratching the surface of what you can do with stacks and animations. I kept getting new ideas as we were getting down the clock here. I am most excited, obviously, not just what my team could do in-house, but what y'all will eventually do once we get this in your hands. I think that's the best part, personally. So, yeah, thank you so much for being a great audience. We love working with y'all. We love seeing what y'all do. And if you have product feedback,
I do want to emphasize, thank you so much. There's so many hours of Circle feedback and forum time. Like, we really do appreciate how much time y'all have given into these ideas as
100%.
we set up research interviews, community leader calls, ad hoc, organized. Like, we just really hope that you see your needs and your feedback in this work, and as we continue adding more features, like, we really appreciate everything that you guys have put into this work, and same for the team internally. But
That's right.
just really thank you so much for making this come to life and helping us get here. And then, yeah, excited for
yeah, claps for
your
y'all
next
selves, too.
website.
Absolutely. Very grateful for y'all. All right. Are you guys going to, like, beatbox us out? Like, what do we...
I think that's it. Thank y'all.